What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Konami here with another video. Alright, just make sure I get closer to my mic. Well, happy election day eve. This is probably going to go out either November 2nd. I recorded it on November 2nd, so it's probably going to come out November 2nd. So this is my presidential election results prediction. Now, of course, I gotta warn you, I lean Republican. I'm a conservative, capitalist conservative Republican. I'm not a moderate. I'm a straight up conservative. So I might be a teeny bit biased because I want Donald Trump to win, but I'm gonna try to be least biased as possible. I do think the election is gonna be close. Yeah. So, and I'm not saying I'm gonna be correct. These are not the predictions. These are not objective. Just like my presidential list is totally subjective. This is my prediction. I already know I'm going to get some states wrong. I'm going to get most of them right. Most likely most of them right, but I'm definitely going to get some wrong because there's 50 states, so it's going to be a lot. But yeah, so I'm just going to start with the easy ones. California, Oregon, Washington, New York, then and then of course we have to mention we're just gonna have to mention those states. Like these California, the West Coast always leans Democrat. The last time I think they voted Republican might have been George H.W. Bush. Or could have been Reagan in 84. I think it was George H.W. Bush. But regardless, they've been voting Democrat for so long. They're like the most liberal. They're the most liberal state in the USA. And Washington, Oregon, they always lean Democrat too. New York leans Democrat. So and this East Coast, these Upper East Coast, they always lean Democrat. Let's put some other ones that I think is gonna go Democrat. I think it's gonna I think Iowa, Illinois. I don't know if I'm forgetting any, but yeah, I think these states are gonna. So I think these are the states that Joe Biden's gonna win. I mean, as for Nevada, of course, it's part of the California, but New Mexico, polls show that Biden's most likely just gonna win New Mexico. Again, I don't trust polls that much because they were wrong in 2016, but yeah, Minnesota, Wisconsin, nothing shows Trump. I mean, Trump's not even campaigning, and I don't think he campaigned in Minnesota, Wisconsin, because I think he knows that he's probably not going to win those states. Illinois is again like just ran by Democrats. The Chicago mayor, the governor, the former governor, they're all Democrats. So I just can't see Illinois. Like Trump's not campaigning in Illinois because he knows that it's just over. Again, Pennsylvania, I can't show any polls that say that Trump's gonna win Pennsylvania. Maybe Biden could lose Pennsylvania. Trump could win Pennsylvania because Joe Biden's comments about banning the oil industry. But again, yeah. Yeah. So again, for Maine and Nebraska's districts, I'm just gonna go with whatever I think. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Republicans are going this first or second or third district. No, I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna give it to one party. So now we have the states that I think are just gonna go blue. So these states for sure are gonna go blue. Now, okay, so now I'm gonna look at the states that I really think that are actually going to. Now I'm going to look at states that are actually really going to surprise people. But first, I gotta make sure, because I did it once on a, alright, so make sure, alright, yeah, alright. Okay. So for the states are gonna surprisingly go red. So okay, well, Arkansas is gonna go red because of the oil industry, especially. So here's what I think. So again, also we're not doing the leans like they lean Democrat, they lean Republican. I'm not gonna do that. But it makes sense too. But I'm just not going to do that. It's either all or nothing. I think states are surprisingly going to go red. I think Arizona is going to go red. I mean, first of all, I mean, Trump is focusing more on Arizona, and if you look at the rural areas of Arizona, they lean Republican. But I feel like if Trump loses Arizona, then I think it's because of the Phoenix. I think it's because of Phoenix. But yeah, also another surprise. I think New Hampshire, because the polls could actually think that that Trump could actually win New Hampshire, which would actually somehow just be insane. But I really think New Hampshire is going to go. Of course, Ohio. Now, I don't know why, but why do people think Georgia's gonna go to Joe Biden? I don't show any indicates that, that Georgia is going to get to Joe Biden. I mean, because again, Georgia's part of that deep South. The deep South always goes Republican. I'm not saying they're never going to change up, but the last time Georgia voted Democrat, I think it could have been Jimmy Carter. It could have been Jimmy Carter. I don't know. The last time that the Deep South has won, I think it was Jimmy Carter against Gerald Ford in that election. And California actually went Republican in that election against Gerald Ford. Maybe because of Nelson Rockefeller as the vice president. Who knows? As for Texas, I think Trump's gonna win Texas. I mean, why is this a question? How is Texas going to go blue? Like, I don't live in Texas. I actually live in a swing state, which is actually kind of ironic. But for Texas, I just think it's gonna go straight up Republican. Someone told me who lived in Texas that the only Democrat spot in Texas is Austin. Maybe I think the Dallas area is kind of Democrat, but everything else, I can't see. I can't see Texas just going blue. Now, a surprise state, I really think Michigan, the place I was born in, Michigan, is going to go Republican. I really think this. The reason why is because manufacturing. Trump just did an amazing manufacturing job in Michigan, and Michigan it's just when you think of places of when you think of places with manufacturing, you think of Michigan. Trump has just done amazing in terms of the industry. Now, Trump's accomplishments has been absolutely amazing. But again, if it wasn't for Corona, if it wasn't for COVID, I feel like this would be a landslide. But I do think this is going to be fairly close. I think it is going to be close. Now, these are the two states. That are they're not toss-ups. Florida's going to go Republican. I mean, they went Republican so many times but I'm not saying they can't switch up. But again, Biden tanked in Florida. Now, I get it. That only shows popular vote. But Biden just tanked. Donald Trump looks like he's probably going to win Florida. Like, polls show that he's probably going to win Florida. And you have these liberal Democrat websites that will say, oh yeah, Florida is probably going to lean Republican, which is cool because these are run by Democrats. But the polls show that I'm pretty sure Trump's going to win. Now, what's so ironic is I live in North Carolina. The state I live in could decide the presidential election. Just insane. That's insane that the state I live in could very well decide the president of the United States of America. Now, this vote either says Joe Biden is going to win or Donald Trump's going to win. Personally, as a resident of North Carolina, I really do believe that this candidate is going to win, and that candidate is Donald Trump. I personally think Donald Trump is going to win this election. Just the polls are just fake. The polls actually are tightening up. You know, I get it. They'll like, oh yeah, this is a bigger margin they predicted than in the 2016 election. But I always take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying polls are always inaccurate, but I just think in this presidential election it is. But the main reason why I say that North Carolina is probably going to get won by Donald Trump is because our two senators are Republican. Richard Burr and Thom Tillis, they're Republican. I live in Union County. They are so Republican. They're so conservative. Now, I get it, there's more registered Democrats than Republicans in North Carolina, which actually blew my mind. But it's mainly in the Raleigh area. I think Trump's probably going to win in Trump's going to win in the Union. I feel like the districts he's going to lose are Charlotte and Raleigh. I think those two are probably going to lean Democrat. Okay, I used to go to a CMS school, Charlotte Mecklenburg School. Everyone was a Democrat, but then I moved to Union County. Everyone's a Republican. Of course, there's always exceptions, but that's not the main reason why. Donald Trump, both candidates are going hard on North Carolina, but I really think if you look at the rallies too, I really think that Trump's going to win. Also, the main reason why Donald Trump won in 2016, in my opinion, was because nowadays conservatives, they're just too scared to speak out. And that's including me. Like I wish I had the luxury to go out on Twitter and say, oh yeah, I'm voting for Donald Trump. Like, in society, you can't classify yourself as a conservative. Like, there's no such thing as being a conservative or having any political party and not getting hate. I mean, Wrangler Jeans literally hates Brett Favre because Brett Favre votes for Trump. But yet, Disney mandates that these Avengers go to Joe Biden event. It just blows my mind how society says, oh yeah, if you have a liberal view, you're fine. You keep your job, but if you have a conservative view, oh, you're gonna get fired, like Brett Favre. Wrangler Jeans doesn't care about him ever since Brett Favre said he was voting for Trump. I mean, people were like, oh, I love 50 Cent, to now, who cares about 50 Cent? Who cares about 50 Cent? And then like, I think Ice Cube he didn't endorse Trump. Ice Cube said he's an independent, but what does this have to do with anything? Well, it proves that nowadays conservatives are more quiet than the liberals in terms of their support. And I really think Biden's probably going to win the popular vote, or Trump. I think it's really, I don't know. I think Biden's going to win the popular vote because of California, but in terms of electoral college, I really think that Trump's going to win. I think it's going to be very close. My school of math, I said that Trump was going to win 279 to Biden's 259. So I'm trying to figure it out. What state I have blue? Do I have red here? I just don't know. But yeah, that's my prediction. Let me know. Well, let me know what your predictions is. Again, I already know I'm probably gonna get a state wrong, but yeah, that's okay as long as we keep it civil. Fuck. As long as we keep it happy and engaging, you know. If you think Biden's gonna win, that's completely fine. I can see why you think he wins. He's up ahead in so many polls. I can see why. If you say Trump's gonna win, I agree with you, and I can see why. But yeah, as long as we say, oh yeah, I think Biden's gonna win because blank, 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 or I think Trump's gonna win, and as long as we're like, you know what, I understand why you say that, but I disagree with you. Not like, oh, you suck, and that's in terms of I don't want any Republicans to bash Democrats, and vice versa. So yeah, this is my electoral map. But anyways, guys, have an amazing day and happy election eve.